Ezra Brown is only 19 years old, but he just stepped onto the track, ready to embarrass grown professionals. 8 hurdlers lined up beside him for the final at the World Athletics U20 Championships. A record from 2021 had stood untouched for 5 years. Brown was about to find out if he could reach it. That's when the gun went off. Brown shot out of the blocks faster than anyone else in the field. By the 3rd hurdle, he had already pulled ahead. He attacked every barrier clean, no wasted steps, no hesitation. His stride never broke rhythm, even as the field around him started fighting just to hang on. Behind him, Japan's Jeremy Koga tried to close the gap. Brown's own teammate, Zacchaeus Brox, pushed hard too. Neither of them could catch him. Brown crossed the line first. The crowd started cheering before his time even showed up on the board. They already knew what they had just watched, even without seeing the number. The clock read 12.72 seconds. That time tied the official World Under-20 record in the 110-meter hurdles. This record had stood since 2021, set by French hurdler Sasha Zoya at a championship in Nairobi, Kenya. Zoya's run that day was legendary. He broke the record in his semifinal, then broke it again the very next day in the final. For 5 years straight, nobody under the age of 20 had ever run faster than that time. Not one single hurdler anywhere in the world. Now a 19-year-old from North Carolina had matched him. Exactly. Behind Brown, Jeremy Koga took silver in 12.97 seconds. Brox grabbed bronze in 12.98, missing silver by 1/100th of a second. This wasn't just one great performance. This was one of the fastest hurdles races in under-20 history. From first place all the way down to 3rd, with every single medalist running a time that would have won most junior championships in past years. But the wildest part of this story isn't even the final. It's what happened right before it. Brown didn't just show up in Oregon and run the race of his life out of nowhere. He built up to it, round by round, getting faster every single time he stepped on the track that week. It started days earlier in the first round. Brown hit the very last hurdle on his way to the finish line. That usually ruins a runner's race completely. It throws off rhythm and costs precious time. Brown powered through it anyway and ran 12.89 seconds. That broke his own American under-20 record, a record he had already set just weeks before at 12.95 seconds at the USA U20 Championships. In one single event, he had improved his own national record twice. Then came the semifinal. Brown ran an even faster 12.82 seconds. But there was a catch. The wind behind him was blowing too strong for the run to count as an official record. Track and field has strict wind rules for exactly this reason. If the wind helps a runner too much, officials won't count the time no matter how fast the clock reads. So the time was fast, but it couldn't go into the history books. Brown kept getting faster every single round, building towards something huge. And in the final, it all came together at 12.72 seconds. Tying a record that had survived 5 years untouched. After the race, Brown said he felt it coming during his warm-up that day. His coach told him he was ready. His mom was in the stands watching, and she cried seeing her son become a world champion right in front of her. Now here's where this story gets even bigger than a junior title. Just 2 months before Brown's race, an American college hurdler named Ja'Kobe Tharp shocked the entire sport of track and field. Tharp ran 12.75 seconds at the NCAA Championships. That broke the senior world record, a mark that had stood since 2012, held by Olympic champion Aries Merritt. Tharp wasn't a teenager anymore. He was a grown adult racing against the best professional hurdlers alive, and his time was 12.75 seconds. Brown's time at 19 years old was 12.72 seconds. Faster than the current senior world record. Now, it's important to understand something here. Brown's race and Tharp's race were not run under the exact same conditions. Hurdles for under-20 athletes sit slightly lower than hurdles for adults, by about 3 inches. That difference matters a lot across 10 hurdles, especially late in a race when legs get heavy. So the 2 times can't be compared as a perfectly equal contest, even though both numbers are jaw-dropping on their own. But here's what makes this even more interesting. Ja'Kobe Tharp was once exactly where Brown is right now. Back in 2024, Tharp himself won the World U20 110-meter hurdles title. He was the young star everyone was talking about back then, just like Brown is now. 2 years later, Tharp grew into the fastest hurdler who has ever lived at the senior level on full-size adult hurdles. If that same path holds true for Brown, track and field might be looking at its next legend. So who exactly is this kid who just tied one of the biggest records in junior hurdling? Brown grew up in Greensboro, North Carolina. He went to Dudley High School and played football there too, but hurdles were always his real gift. In his junior year of high school, he ran 13.55 seconds in the 110-meter hurdles. By his senior year, Brown had dropped his time all the way down to 13.25 seconds. He won the state title in the 110-meter hurdles, along with titles in the 100-meter dash and the 300-meter hurdles that same season. He earned 2 straight Gatorade Player of the Year awards for track in North Carolina. Big college programs started calling, and Brown chose the University of Georgia, one of the top track programs in the entire country. At Georgia, Brown kept climbing. He reached the semifinals at the NCAA Indoor Championships in the 60-meter hurdles. He reached the semifinals at the NCAA Outdoor Championships in the 110-meter hurdles too. He was good, really good. But outside of hardcore track fans, he still wasn't a household name. He was a solid college sophomore with real potential, nothing more, nothing less. That changed in the span of a few weeks over the summer, and it changed fast. Think about the current state of this event at the senior level. Grant Holloway has 3 world championships and an Olympic gold medal, with a personal best of 12.81 seconds. Cordell Tinch is the reigning world champion, with a personal best of 12.87 seconds. These are grown men who have spent years sharpening their craft, racing the best hurdlers alive every single season on the biggest stages in the sport. Will Brown keep improving at this pace once he moves up to full-size senior hurdles? Will the pressure of expectation slow him down or push him even further? Others keep climbing year after year, exactly like Tharp did. The gap between being the best teenager in the world and being the best adult in the world is bigger than most people realize. A kid from Greensboro, North Carolina, who ran 13.55 seconds in high school, just ran a time that matches the fastest junior hurdler on the planet. That kind of jump does not happen by accident. It happens through 3 straight rounds of getting faster when it mattered most, against the best young hurdlers alive. The question now is simple. Can he take this junior record and turn it into a senior world record of his own someday? If his last few weeks are any sign, nobody in this sport should count him out.